What is up, my brothers and sisters? It's your boy Juice. So I was curious to know what happened to the buoys at the Texas border. And, well, they've been saying for some time that these things are dangerous, cruel and unusual punishment, that people were dying and drowning and all of this crazy stuff, right? And so I decided to Google it because, I was like, what's going on with that situation? Well, it turns out today or yesterday, that it was voted that they had to remove the buoys. And the funny thing is now that I'm looking at these pictures, this is the only footage they ever show. So I'm assuming this is the only section that they have sectioned off. And well, oh no, they're just going around it. How come those tractors are literally like knee deep in water? All these people are literally like maybe belly high water. Like how do you drown? I mean, I guess you could drown in 2 inches of water. That's like, you ever seen that movie, what is it? It's just like Robin Hood, but it's a funny movie. You know what I'm talking about, right? Men in Tights. There we go. Yeah, Men in Tights. When he meets Little John and he's like fighting him at the bridge and it's literally like a little creek and it's like a stream of water. Like it's not even like foot deep, right? And he defeats him and he lands in the water and he's like, I can't swim, right? And he's like, dude, just like stand up, right? Like you're all right, right? You're not going to drown. And he's like, but I'm afraid of the water, right? It's kind of what it reminds me of, And, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, how are people drowning? And then this is the only section they ever show on the news. Like, these are the pictures they're providing on, like, me just Googling it. So, like, that's it? Like, that was it? Like, man, if you drowned in that, you gotta be a freaking idiot, man. Like, how come you didn't just go around? Unless maybe that is the shallowest part of the river. But we've been in a drought for some time, so, they're basically saying in a lot of the riverbeds and creeks here that they're finding dinosaur prints that we didn't even know existed, right? So now people are like, wow, dinosaurs used to travel on these places, right? And I was saying not too long ago, when you build all this real estate on ancient riverbeds and creeks that used to flow at one time, like you can probably imagine that when those creeks and riverbeds decide to fill back up with water, when Earth goes through its changes, not the climate thing, but, natural process, not anything that man is doing, right? Because, this is a natural process. It might not have been 100 years ago, and people are just now finding out that, oh, yeah, a lot of these places used to be like under the ocean, especially in Texas. You know what I mean? So when you have all these rivers and creek beds dry out and you're finding dinosaur prints at the bottom because there's no more water, so you can see like all the rocks and fossils. I'm assuming that this river right here that they're, crossing is, look at this guy right here. He's like trying to figure out how the hell can he get over him. He's like, He's over there spinning it. He's like trying to twist it. He's like pulling it and pushing it. And he's like, damn, how the hell do you get over these things? They just can't figure it out, he's like, I don't understand. Look at this guy. He's like in feet deep water. All you literally have to do is, it's like if we were at the line of scrimmage in football. The opposing team is at the goal line and they want to score a touchdown. And you can say these buoys are the linemen. Well, take this guy in the cowboy hat. He could be a linebacker, for instance, right? And you got the defensive line. And as soon as they say, hut, right? This dude is literally going to jump over those linemen before they can stand up to hopefully sack that quarterback and win the game. Does that make sense? Troy Polamalu was notorious for that, in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, that dude would literally come flying at the quarterback as soon as, like, the ball got hiked, right? Amazing football player. And, he let's see if we can find some footage of that, just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was amazing what that guy could do. Troy Polamalu, Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, I forgot. My phone doesn't do that. Yeah, Alexa, can you look up Troy Polamalu. I'd love to do that, Juice. Right. Oh, thank you. Let's see, Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu. I mean, he was an amazing football player. I mean, this dude would like jump over Troy Polamalu hits, right? Line of scrimmage. There it is. Troy Polamalu jumping over offensive line. Let's see if we can get a fabulous highlight of Troy Polamalu doing so. Troy Polamalu jumps the line of scrimmage to make goal, right? Let's see. And he's getting ready for the touchdown. He's right at the goal line, and they're looking like oh, my phone's freezing up. Here we go. Let's see if we can catch that on film, right? All right, here we go. Troy Polamalu. Oh man, already. He didn't even have to try. Let's see that again. Like, holy crap. Man, it was like so fast. It was like, dude, what happened? What happened? Here we go. The clock is winding down. It's fourth and, oh! All right, maybe we could get a better one. Troy Polamalu's legendary leap. Let's see this dude. Leap over the line. Here we go. And Troy Polamalu. He's a cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There he is right there in the frame. And, Troy Polamalu. Yeah, that's all you got to do, man. Like, just like act like you're trying to sack the quarterback or something, right? So, you know, just pull a Troy Polamalu on that stuff, and man, you'll be all right, bro. I mean, look at those dudes. They're like and then they keep talking about this. Texas was 15 minutes away from rolling outages, and it's like, well, what the hell's going on here? We know what's going on here, but like, I mean, this is what they keep telling people. You're using too much electricity. It's like, yeah, well, y'all are soaking up a bunch of water too. Stop watering your plants. And then, you know, I was like thinking about the sickness and, you know, remember they were saying it was like so contagious and deadly. And I'm like, well, how come like just, it rhymes with task on your face. Like these dudes are, not taking any chances, right? Who continues emergency status for, you know, they've done a good job at making this not break out. And this is supposed to be like one of the deadliest diseases. I mean, we all know the horror stories. They even made a movie about it. Yeah, it's called Outbreak. The little monkey got it. He's like, Caesar, right? And, yeah. You know, it's just amazing that they've like literally run out of tricks that they're just going to pull the same thing again. And that's how, like, you know, I said this at the very beginning, you know, like people are just so gullible and dumb and they can't figure it out that they're just going to like go along with the process, right? Like, and, you know, there's a lot of people out there that don't even have a clue that something nefarious is happening. They've not looked into it. Nobody's talked about it, you know, so they haven't even heard that there's nefarious things happening out there, right? So they're just going to assume it's happening again, and like we just do the same thing, like it should be all right, right? And I'm like, yeah, you know, let your economy go down the shithole, and you know, because it ain't going to be this stuff that kills you. It's going to be you losing your job and house. You know what I mean? Come on, man, it's common sense. You got to keep that cash flow coming in, and if you don't, man, like you're a goner, right? Like, you know, so it's just amazing to see that, you know, people are just willingly able to throw themselves in the fire. And I've said this before, it's like people are just a bunch of like lab rats, right? And as long as the scientists keep doing these experiments and the lab rats keep going for the cheese, the guy's going to keep saying, sir, it's still working. And he's like, if it's still working, continue, right? The process, like the rats will never figure it out. He's like, yeah, no, they haven't figured it out yet. Like eventually you would think the rats would stop grabbing for the cheese and they'd all like revolt, right? They'd have like a little mouse revolt, right? And they'd be like, we want to escape this cage. We're not taking your cheese anymore. But no, that's not what's happening. They just keep doing it. And the guy's like, sir, they're still doing it. We've repeated the process twice now. And he's like, the main doctor's like, well, then keep going, keep doing it if they're still doing it, right? Like, there has been no mouse revolt yet. No, the mouse is still grabbing for the cheese. He's like, everybody gets a slice of the cheese. You get a slice of the cheese, I get a slice of the cheese, the mouse gets a slice of the cheese, and everyone is happy.